Okay, so this isn't a how-to. This is just what I did over the Easter holidays. I thought people might be interested in. Well, the two things I tried. Firstly, I tried to make a camera out of Easter egg. Didn't work at all. Um, the two things I've learned is that I need to spend more than threepence halfpenny on an Easter egg and get one that's a little bit thicker. And also, gaffer tape doesn't stick to chocolate. Who knew? The other thing is I've got this camera, and what I've been trying to do for a long time is find a camera. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. And put a little piece of photographic paper in the back, close it up, and then, can you hear this? So every time that the shutter's opening and closing. Right, I realised a little bit I filmed yesterday might not have been obvious of what I was doing. So I'm going to do this now. Basically, this is the camera, and it's a Brownie Flash 2, and you press a little button there and it takes a photo. And the only way you can change your exposure is there's a little switch on the side here, and when you keep it pressed, the shutter's open. When you let go, closes the shutter. And that's the only thing you can really do. Well, it's got this little close-up filter, but obviously I'm not using that. And that's it. That's all. That's the only things on the camera that you can actually change. So what I'm doing, instead of putting film in the camera, I'm using photographic paper, and I'm cutting it. So the paper is in the box, that size, and I'm cutting it down into. Now I have to do this in this bag, which is a dark bag, so it's total darkness inside. And then, so I can't see what I'm doing. And then what I do is I open the back of the camera. Now, if you look, this little red thing here, that's so you can see the numbers when the film's on and you're winding it on. So I've put some paper over there. I haven't even stuck it in. I've just slotted it down the. This is to hold the film tight when it goes there. So what I'm doing is getting a piece of paper, and this is all in the total darkness inside the bag, because this is light sensitive paper, and then I put it in there, and then I close the back, and then I go out and I take a photo. Now, there's no chance that that will take it, because this paper is really not as light sensitive as film is. So film would, is sort of 100 ASA or ISO, sorry, whereas paper is something like 3, or that's what I'm rating this at. So to get the exposure, I'm taking a photo. So that's what this thing's for on the bottom. That goes onto my tripod. So I take a photo, I don't move the camera, take it again, and then again, and again, and again. So it's exposing the paper over and over again, which makes it a correct exposure, or it is when you do it properly. Now, I'll show you with this one, that's in there. In fact, I get all these the right way around for you. So these are all obviously negatives, and they're all backwards. So when they're in the camera, they're actually backwards and upside down. So I've scanned these, and I'll show you the positives now. But if you look at this one, then you can see that it's all fuzzy, and that's because I hadn't set this thing, and it was still a bit loose. So as I took the photo, it moved slightly, and that's why it's like a double image on those. But obviously I haven't finished experimenting. But yeah, that's what I was doing over the Easter holidays. So this is the result I got from my pinhole Easter egg. As you can see, it didn't work at all. The problem is the chocolate was too thin and it broke, and that's what exposed the whole lot to light, and which is why I couldn't do it again. So I'm going to try again next year, and I'm going to buy a lot more expensive Easter egg, and hopefully it'll have a lot thicker chocolate, and then try and make a camera out of an Easter egg next year. But as you can see, pretty much a miserable failure all round. But you've got to try these things. Even though it didn't work, I'm really glad that I had a go, because I've learned kind of things from it, and it was just fun to do. And the good thing with this is I could eat the camera afterwards.